Pre-game activities are well underway here at Invesco Field at Mile High. These folks love their hometown Broncos. While the weather might be a problem today, it's approaching freezing. Sometimes that makes it difficult for quarterbacks and kickers. As the New Orleans Saints take on the Denver Broncos. Well, get your bowl of popcorn, your favorite beverage, get settled in. We're just about ready for the opening kick. Hartley has his team lined up for the kickoff.
Royal back deep to return.
The kick is away. Takes it at the 8. He did a good job finding the seam on that return.
Royal on the return. The Broncos will start the drive at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10.
The New Orleans Saints line up in a 4-3. They hand it on.
It's so important to pound the defense with the run because it just wears defenses out.
It's second down, 6 to go.
On the 38-yard line.
The Saints go with a 4-man front. He drops back to pass. And it's caught. The defense just didn't match up well on that point.
The result of the play is a first down. 1st and 10.
50.
Ball on the 48-yard line.
The New Orleans Saints come out in a 4-3. Here's the handoff. What a shot.
I know it takes patience, but you have to keep running the football with the defense. Sooner or later, they'll be able to break one for a big game.
Ball on the 46-yard line.
The Saints line up in a 4-3. They give it to the tailback.
Usually, if you run the football this well early in the game, it bodes well for what may happen later because as defenses tire, sometimes you break those big
runs.
runs.
42-yard line.
The New Orleans Saints go with a 4-man front. It's incomplete. Royal was unable to make the catch on that pass attempt.
The intended receiver on the play.
They're trying to pin them deep with a solid punt right here. And it goes out of the end zone for the touchback.
First and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line.
Single set backfield. Drops back on first down. Throws it deep. Left side. And the pass falls incomplete. And the ball appeared to sail on him that time, and he completely overshot his target.
And when you're trying to go after one of those deep throws, you really want to give your receiver a chance. We've seen guys in the league so adept at making plays on the ball, but you can't make it when it's that far overthrown.
And the bomb is away. Pass completed. So he'll pick up the first down on that pass to the receiver.
Savvy little move that time by the receiver to pick up the first down.
First and 10.
And 10 to go.
On the 45-yard line.
Ace backfield this time. On the ground with a tailback. Goodman brings him down at the 46-yard line.
In the first half, still plenty of time to be patient with the running game, but if you don't start having better success than that, it's really going to start putting pressure on you to throw the football.
Drops back to pass. He didn't get his feet set as he threw, and the pass falls incomplete. Golston wasn't able to bring it in. Incomplete pass on the play. The Broncos bring in the nickel package. Pass is complete. Smith drags him to the ground.
Reception. Gain of 8 on the play.
4th and short.
Watch the way, watch the way, watch the way.
And they'll keep the offense out there on 4th down. He got them just what they needed on that 4th down.
I love watching those 4th down plays. It's just big guys against big guys, and you know what's at stake, and one team comes out on top, and it feels
First and
good.
10.
Ball on the 41-yard line.
41-yard line.
Ace backfield this time. First down, looking to throw. Passes it deep to the left side. Spins away from the defender. Touchdown, Saints.
Touchdown, Saints.
A little confused on that one.
I think this defensive coordinator may have made a different call if he had a second chance on that one. That time the pass was the perfect call against that defense.
Hartley lining up for the point after. Up and good. New Orleans is up a touchdown. New Orleans will be kicking
Lined
off.
up for the kickoff. Royal back deep to return.
Kicks it off. From the 9.
You have to be careful not to fall out of contention early, so we're looking for them to put some points on the board and stay in this one.
Will start the drive at the 48-yard line. First and 10.
Single set backfield. They'll throw on first down. Couldn't get anything out of that.
No gain on the play.
Second and 9.
Ball on the 38-yard line.
The New Orleans Saints come out in a 4-3. To throw. Makes the catch. And this receiver just misses it when the defense is in man cover. They line up at the 50.
Ball on the 48-yard line.
The Saints go with a 4-man front. Drops back on first down. Defense closing in. Tips it away.
Yeah, it wasn't close because the big guy was giving him a whack just as he let that one go. He was really under some pressure that time.
They'll work from the shotgun. Hands it off. Play action. Incomplete pass. Penalty marker down. We may have roughing the kicker.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer, number 94. Automatic first
I know
down.
this is a game of emotion, and if you're not emotional on the football field, you're going to get beat anyway, but you can't let your emotions get away from you.
The New Orleans Saints come out in a 4-3. On the ground with a tailback.
Having a good mix of run-and pass plays will help keep that defense honest.
Second down and 5 to go.
Ball on the 32-yard line.
The Saints go with a 4-man front. He drops back to pass. And he caught it. Stays on his feet. He's out to the 18-yard line. Nice hits-up play, but the result of the
Nice throw by the quarterback that time, and this offense keeps this drive alive. 3 first downs now on this one.
Ball on the 18-yard line.
Ball is inside the 20, so a good shot to tie it up here. Drops back on first down. Drops the easy pick. They can't complete the pass. Now the offense will be looking at a second down. And this is the 8th play of the drive.
Ball on the 18-yard line.
New Orleans stays in its base defense even though the offense comes out with 5 receivers. David has the pick. What a big-time play. I can't believe he hung on to it.
And we're going to have to quit using that old cliche about cornerbacks and defensive backs not being able to catch the football. That was some play that time.
23-yard line.
Bush alone in the backfield. First down, looking to throw. Throws it deep, left side. He dives. It's completed. He's brought down at the 26-yard line.
And Tom, I don't think he's finished yet. This is a guy that is on a roll right now, and this defense really doesn't have an answer for him.
They find themselves in scoring range.
26-yard line.
One-man backfield. A little misdirection. Still working. The 10. He's in. Touchdown. Defense just got flat out beaten on that play. Hartley lining up for the point after. Hartley packs on the extra point. They're starting to build a big lead early in this ballgame.
Yeah, and this defense better figure out something to do pretty quickly or this one's going to get away.
New Orleans looks ready to kick it away.
Royal back to return.
He line drives it. Takes it at the 16. The defense dealt a crippling blow to this offense the last time they had the ball. First down
Will start the drive at the 32-yard line. First and 10.
Watch that QB scramble.
The New Orleans Saints come out in a 4-3. Drops back on first down. Pass completed. At the 50, the 40, open field ahead. The 20, the 10, touchdown Broncos. A display of quickness and speed to break away from the cover. Prater lining up for the point after. He missed the point after.
Yeah, what's the old saying? The agony of defeat? Well, defeat of the kicker didn't do such a good job right there.
Denver looks ready to kick it away.
Thomas back to return.
Booming kick. Fields it at the goal line. Takes over on offense, looking to extend the lead.
On the return. The Saints will start the drive at the 18-yard line. First and 10.
Bush alone in the backfield. He looks to throw on first down. He throws it. Makes the reception. Excellent pass for the quarterback on that play.
I'm really enjoying watching the timing between this receiver and the quarterback. We're seeing a well-schooled offense now going to work.
We've played a quarter. The score is 14-6. Saints.
14, the Broncos, 6. The teams are ready for the second quarter.
First and 10.
Ball on the 29-yard line.
One back, baby, one back.
Ace backfield this time. First down, looking to throw. Throws while on the run. And the pass falls incomplete. Miller was his intended target on that one, but they can't complete the pass.
Second and 10. Ball on the 29-yard line.
Single set backfield. Drops back to pass. Has a man deep. Here's the throw. He couldn't hang on to it.
And that would have been a huge defensive play, a chance to get this defense off the field, stop the drive, but he just couldn't hold on to it. I'm not sure if the defender
One-man backfield. Here's a counter play. The 40 at the 50. The 40. The 30. The 20. The 10. He dives for the end zone. Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Defensively, you know they had to be looking past. They sneak in the run and pop it off there for a touchdown. Oh, my goodness, what a call.
Hartley lining up for the point after. Point after is good. New Orleans gets ready to kick it away.
Royal back deep to return.
He kicks it. From the 3. And the referee threw the flag on that play. Let's hear what the call is going to be. And he has room to run. Gets in for the touchdown.
Holding on the receiving team, number 33.
That's a really bad mistake. It cost them points.
The
First down, 10 to go.
Start the drive at the 25-yard line. First and 10.
The New Orleans Saints go with a 4-man front. He looks to throw on first down. He's under pressure. Passes on the move. And the tight end is wide open. So that's a gain of about 5.
5-yard gain on the play.
Ball on their own 30.
Ball on the 30-yard line.
The Saints line up in a 4-3. Here's the give. Nice run there. It will be enough to move the chain.
I really thought the offensive line did a pretty good job picking up the blitz that time, but you could see the running back using his speed and quickness to get away. Good job by the back.
Number 27 is the single setback.
One thing these guys cannot do is give up on this running game. If they do and become one-dimensional, it makes it awfully easy on the defense.
Ball on the 40-yard line.
The New Orleans Saints come out in a 4-3. And he's hit as he throws. That last play didn't get them the first, and now they're looking at third down. Ball on their own 40.
Ball on the 40-yard line.
DB, let's go.
Out of the shotgun. He drops back to pass. It's completed. Porter drops him at the 49. Not a bad pickup that time.
And the defense came with pressure, but they couldn't quite get to the quarterback, and they paid a price. He got it out there, picked up a nice gain.
First and 10.
Ball on the 50.
Ball on the 49-yard line.
The Saints go with a 4-man front. Fakes the run. Pass is complete. Tackle at the 35-yard line. That gives him 4 tackles. That's 2 first downs in a row through the air.
Yeah, and you can see they're really starting to establish something here. You want to keep that defense off balance. And right now, they don't know whether to think run or pass.
Let's go. Two.
The New Orleans Saints come out in a 4-3. Drops back on first down. And the pass falls incomplete. He was hurried on that last play.
Bring a little pressure, and it impacts quarterbacks, and we saw it there.
Out of the I formation, Sims sends one of his guys in motion. The halfback left carry. Ball carrier gives them 6 yards on the ground.
On the play.
Ball on the 29-yard line. This is the 9th play of this drive. A little more than 2 minutes to go. The Saints line up in a 4-3. Passes on the move. Defender tips it away. The offensive line had some trouble on that one, and he was forced to get rid of it.
Anytime you give up that quick pressure like that, very seldom are those passes completed.
This one is some 44 yards away. And it's right on the line.
Get the offensive line to maintain their blocks.
So they're ready to go on offense after the missed field goal. They'll start at the 36-yard line. Breeze lines up with a split backfield. On the ground with a tailback. He can't bring him down. Gain of 6 on the play.
Gain of 6 on the play. Scan the defense quickly here. If nothing's open downfield, get rid of it by passing on the 42-yard line.
The Denver Broncos bring in their quarter defensive package. On the run, he throws it. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Saints. Moore now has 2 touchdown catches. Hartley lining up for the point after. Hartley is good on the point after. New Orleans will be kicking off.
Royal back deep to return.
He kicks it off. From the 7. The kicker failed to get the ball through the uprights on their last drive.
They'll start the play at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10.
Sims lines up with 5 wideouts. He looks to throw on 1st down. Defender tips it away.
Incomplete pass. Dunbar on the cover. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line.
The New Orleans Saints go with a 4-man front. Back to throw. Under heavy pressure. He goes deep this time. And it's tipped away. The quarterback did a nice job of avoiding the sack.
Yeah, but you have to be careful making that throw. Sometimes those are easily intercepted. Did a good job getting out of there, but that throw was dangerous.
Turnover, baby.
Ace backfield this time. He drops back to pass. And it's incomplete. Royal is the intended receiver, but the pass fell incomplete. Number 1 to punt. Bush back deep to return. Fields it at the 30. Steps out of bounds at the 30.
The
First
Saints
down now,
will
and
start
10
the
to go.
drive at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10.
The Broncos line up with a nickelback. The halfback with the carry. He didn't get back to the line.
Just keep hanging with that run. You know, sooner or later, the defense is going to make a mistake and allow a big one to break into the end zone.
On the 29-yard line.
Ace.
Ace backfield this time. Drops back to pass. The QB finds room to run. The 40, he's out at the 46-yard line. Picked up a few yards on the scramble.
And you know, this quarterback is one of those guys who's willing to run with the football. We've seen that in the past. So you have to be aware on defense that he has the ability to pick up a first down with his legs.
Here's a counter play. The 40. Perfect execution on the counter play that time.
Patience. Anytime you see a play broken like that, You have to allow those big blockers to pull out in front, get up in the hole, and if the running back goes too fast or gets in too big a hurry, it doesn't work. That time, his patience was the difference.
Good yardage that time on the pass.
And that was a little hum baby coming out of there from the quarterback. We've all heard about how strong his arm is, and we saw it there.
They've had some big plays that have resulted in touchdowns, but this is the first time they've been inside the 20-yard line.
He looks to throw on first down. Pass completed. What an arm.
That was a rocket throw right there. And I tell you, you always hear about just how strong this guy's arm is. And boy, there it was on display.
They give it to the tailback. He's in for the score. Perfect play call to go with a run in that situation.
And that's just one of those plays where the coach said, show me that you want it a little bit more than the other guy, and that time the back just powered his way in there.
Hartley lining up for the point after. And the point after is good. New Orleans looks ready to kick it away.
Royal back deep to return.
Kicks it off. Fields it at the 13. They didn't look sharp on their last drive and were forced to punt it away.
First and 10 will start the drive at the 40-yard line. First and 10.
The New Orleans Saints line up in a 4-3. He looks to throw on first down. It's completed. The 40. There's no one around. The 20, the 10, touchdown Broncos. Sims has now thrown for 2 touchdowns. Prater lining up for the point after.
What's the old saying? The agony of defeat, or defeat of the kicker didn't do such a good job right there.
Denver looks ready to kick it away.
Thomas back deep to return.
Not a bad kick. Takes it from the 10.
Well, they've got a pretty big lead here in the first half, so let's see if they try and do something to start working that clock.
First down now,
Will
and
start
10
the
to go.
drive at the 29-yard line. First and 10.
Single set backfield. Here's a counter play. That might be holding. Let's see what the official call is on the field.
And you try to keep your offense on schedule. Anytime you take a penalty, it's just so much harder to pick up the first down.
They'll bring in their dime package. A little misdirection. Dawkins drags him to the ground at the 31.
Well, any successful running attack requires good blocking up front, and we just saw it there.
Very dominant first half as we head to the locker room. Our score is the New Orleans Saints 35, the Broncos 12.
We're ready to begin the
New Orleans will
third
get it
quarter.
first here in the second half. Great kick here. From the 6.
With this kind of a lead, some players may start thinking about putting it in cruise control, but we've seen stranger things in the National Football League than a comeback from this kind of a
The
score.
Saints
First
will
and
start
10.
the drive at the 21-yard line. First and 10.
They line up with split backs. They give it to the fullback. Still moving. The 40 at the 50. And that guy just showed his breakaway speed there.
Pretty impressive stuff. As a back, you have to just keep slamming it in there, believing that hole's going to be there eventually. That time it was, and he took advantage.
On the 40-yard line.
Watch screen, watch screen.
They come out with split backs. He looks to throw on first down. The quarterback did a good job of recognizing the coverage and finding the open man.
As a receiver, when you go against a zone defense, it's much more about recognition and knowing where the holes in that
First
zone
and 10.
defense are. That
Ball
time
on
the
the
receiver
27-yard
executed
line.
perfectly and found the open spot.
Pushed as the deep back as they line up in the out. Gives it on.
Well, they might not be breaking off any big gains, but you can see those offensive linemen still working hard down there.
In field goal range now. Full formation here. Fullback handoff. What a hit. I don't think he even saw that guy.
The defense held their position and didn't let him get away on that one.
They find themselves in scoring range.
On the 23-yard line.
Single set backfield. Back to throw. Throws on the run. Tipped pass.
Pass interference on the defense. Number 24, first down.
So he pays for his aggressiveness.
What a lot of people don't know is that there is one official assigned to watch every single receiver on the field. So there's no question that something like that is going to be seen and called.
Their last red zone trip resulted in a touchdown. I don't expect this one to be any different. Here's the give. He's dropped for a loss.
He likes to run in behind his blockers and then make that quick cut off their hip for a big gain, but it just didn't work out that time.
Feeds it to the back. Makes the run. All kinds of pressure. They'll score. Touchdown. He saw no one open, so he took matters into his own hands.
And the thing defensive coordinators hate more than anything else is a quarterback that can run the football. It just seems like you have so much more to defend. That time he made a nice run.
Hartley lining up for the point after. And the point after is good. New Orleans gets ready to kick it away.
Royal back to return.
Decent kick. From the 6. They'll take over at the 31. They'll start the drive
At the 31-yard line. First and 10.
Watch that ball. Watch that
The
ball.
New Orleans Saints come out in a 4-3. Here's a counter play. Billman will tackle him for a loss. It's just one of those games where he can't find anywhere to run. Ball on their own 27.
Ball on the 27-yard line.
New Orleans might have some difficulty covering all 5 receivers with a base 4-3 defense. Back to pass. It's completed.
Another positive gain through the air.
And having success early in the game like this frees up your running game because the defenses have to keep defensive backs in coverage, so now there's more space for that running attack.
Ball on the 43-yard line.
New Orleans comes out in a 4-3 defense, and they might have some unfavorable matchups against this 5-receiver set. Pass completed. The wide receiver has been impossible to stop no matter what the defense is trying to do.
This is a good one to call.
Ball on the 50.
Ball on the 48-yard line.
The Saints line up in a 4-3. Back to throw. Pass is complete. The 10. Touchdown Broncos. He was single covered, made the catch, took it all the way. Prater lining up for the point after. The PAT is no good.
Boy, it's really all or nothing for a field goal kicker, isn't it? Either you're the hero or you're the GOAT, and right now he's wearing the GOAT.
Denver looks ready to kick it away. Booming kick. Takes it from the 6.
This team has played so well in the first half, you've got to feel like they're in pretty good position to lock it up here in the third quarter.
Keep the defense guessing. Don't forget to use misdirection and play action to keep them off balance on passing down.
Set. Hut.
They'll throw on first down. It's incomplete. The intended receiver can't make the grab, and intended incomplete.
Second and 10. Ball on the 22-yard line.
They'll go from the I formation. They give it to the tailback. Defense closing in. And chalk one up for the defense on that play.
The best time to blitz is when the other team is trying to work the ball down the field. Your quarterback's going to have to hold the ball a few seconds. Not enough time there. You can't try and go down the field consistently against this defense. They're going to come get you.
Bush lines up as the single back. Throws the deep pass. No, he drops it.
What a big drop that was on third down. That's almost like a turnover.
Keep the pressure on. Come on, baby. Keep the pressure on.
This is a very questionable play call here. I'm not sure I agree with it. Drops back. Hit him right in the hands, and he dropped it.
Well, at least we're still seeing that defense flying around and trying to make plays out there, but they haven't made many here today.
We'll start the drive at the 15-yard line. First and 10.
The defense gets set as they hope to create another red zone turnover. Here's the pitch left side.
You have to keep the defense honest by mixing those runs and passes.
They're within striking distance.
Ball on the 14-yard line.
Number 27 is the deep back as they line up in the I. Here's the game.
Well, you can't have a good running attack without good blocking, but blocking sometimes isn't enough. It takes a back with a little creativity, and we saw it right there.
We got business, baby. Let's go. Come on.
The New Orleans Saints go with a 4-man front. On play action. Goes for the end zone. Touchdown Broncos. Sims has thrown 4 touchdowns today. Prater lining up for the point after.
Extra point after is missed.
You know, I really shouldn't laugh, but Sometimes it's just funny watching the coaches and the players on the sideline. They always have the same reaction. They watch it and they're all excited, and then they just turn their entire bodies around and put their back to the poor kicker, who now has to just slowly walk off the field.
From the 2.
Well, if they can keep playing anywhere close to the way they were playing in the first half, it looks like you can chalk up another win for this franchise.
Spread the ball around and make sure the defense knows that they have to cover every
Will
receiver.
start the drive at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10. 5 DBs on the field. He looks to throw on 1st down. He's under pressure. He throws on the run. Short pass to his left. Alston gains 4 yards on that reception. 4 on the play. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Ball on the 37-yard line. 1-man backfield. Here's a counter.
Nice job of gap control defense there. Really no place to run.
Ball on their own 39. Ball on the 39-yard line. Bush alone in the backfield. They hand it off. He did what he could, but it still won't be enough for a 1st down. I hate to say this one is decided before it's over, but it's been very one-sided. Our score, the New Orleans Saints 42, the Broncos 24. The New Orleans Saints have the ball and a big lead as we get set for the final quarter. Tell you, I'm very surprised that they aren't going to just punt this ball away. Here's the halfback. Goodman will drop him behind the line.
I watch a lot of football, and very seldom do you see a team in the second half winning the game going
Start the drive
fourth
at
down
the
like
38-yard
that.
line.
No surprise.
1st and 10. The Saints line up in a 4-3. He's dropped for a loss.
As a back, you're
carry.
constantly
1
trying
yard
to find
loss
that
on the
cutback
play.
lane,
2nd
but
and
they had
11.
every
Ball
single
on the
backside
39-yard
gap
line.
covered. Nowhere to go for the back on that one.
The New Orleans Saints come out in a 4-3. Porter gets the pick. Sims throws that one right to the defense, Chris.
Yeah, I just don't think he saw the coverage right on that one. There's no way you try and force that one in there if you understand what the defense is doing. He just got fooled.
So the offense gets ready to go following the interception. Ace backfield this time. The halfback with the carry. He's used his blockers very well this game. How can you not be a fan of this guy? 2nd and 2. Ball on the 18-yard line. 1-man backfield. They hand it off. He scoops it up. Tough break as he puts it on the ground.
And this is a talented guy. It really is. But he does have a little reputation for putting the ball in the ground.
1st down, 10 to go. 20-yard line. The New Orleans Saints line up in a 4-3. Across his left. He lost yardage on the play. Nothing doing that time. He hasn't had much ground success in this one. They find themselves in scoring range. The 22-yard line. The Saints come out in a 4-3. It's completed. And they get away with one thrown into cover. First and on the 1. On the 1-yard line. Nice backfield this time. Tries for the end zone.
Not a perfectly timed throw that time. Held on to it just a little too long and led the receiver out of bounds.
Second and goal now at the 1. Single set backfield. Here's the halfback. Spicer hits him for a loss. He couldn't get anywhere on that 3-yard
Yeah, sometimes you just have to admit defeat on a play as a running back and just try and get that thing back to the line of scrimmage.
Third and goal at the 4-yard line. Here's the give. And they came up short on a critical third down.
On the play.
It's 4th down.
Give it all you got. Woo!
A little misdirection. Touchdown, Broncos. It didn't look like the defense was expecting any kind of run in that situation, and they scored easily.
Yeah, but Tom, this is the NFL. You have to be ready for any kind of situation. Believe me, down there, run or pass, clearly a viable option.
And that was a huge play by the defense there to stop the conversion. Prater wants to get a good bounce here to give his team a chance to recover. Onside kick. They recovered it. What a huge play. They get the ball back and are ready to head back out there on offense.
They'll take over 38-yard line. 1st and 10.
First down, looking to throw. Pass completed. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Broncos. Look to me that the defense just forgot about him on that play.
Well, I don't know how you forget about somebody that size, but when you have that kind of athleticism and a big body, how do you stop it?
So they're ready for the extra point.
Oh, come on. You have to be kidding me. You can't miss a field goal that short. Just send one of the defensive tackles in. He can make it from that far.
Denver is lined up for the kickoff. Thomas back deep to return.
You got to keep the kick in bounds. Here's the ref's call.
First down.
And if he was trying to kick that ball out of bounds, he did a great job. That was a great job kicking that second down.
And they'll have the ball in great field position after that. One-man backfield. Little handoff. Still working. The 40. They had a chance to stop him, but he was able to shake off a couple of tacklers for the first.
Yeah, they looked like they were trying to hug Grandma out there. Pretty dainty tackling on that one.
Bush lines up as the single back. They give it to the tailback. The back gets 3 on the carry.
3-yard gain on the play.
Two minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
The 28-yard line.
Single set backfield.
with the carry.
And that looked like the exact same play they just ran. They're in field goal range. Denver calls a timeout. And that was their first timeout. In field goal range now.
We're going to stop and run. It's time to shut it down.
Ace backfield this time. They'll give it off here. The Broncos will take a timeout. And now they've only got 3 remaining.
Gain of 4 on the play.
They find themselves in scoring range.
18-yard line.
One-man backfield. On the ground with a tailback. Let's see what the defense will throw at him. He's proven himself so far on his carry. They're 10 yards away.
On the 10-yard line.
Ace is left. Ace is left.
Single set backfield. Still moving.
And we've seen so many rule changes over the years to help the passing game, but not many to help the running game. So that's a little old school football right there.
It's first and goal.
On the 5-yard line.
We should just see the quarterback take a knee right here, winding down the rest of this clock. And he'll just kneel it here. The Broncos will take a timeout. And that was their 3rd and final timeout. And they will kneel down to try to run out the clock.
Nothing beat.
They go with the kneel down. So this one is all wrapped up.
Our final score is
The New Orleans Saints 42, the Denver Broncos 36. From all of us here at EA Sports, it's been a pleasure to bring this game to you. With Chris Collinsworth, I'm Tom Hammond, saying so long, folks.